Hi, everyone. I'm Lori, and welcome back to Tailgate Talks at the Bridges at Oxford Greens. And today we have someone very special sitting on the tailgate with us, someone from EG Homes leadership team, DJ Harris. And DJ is Vice President of Preconstruction and Product Development for EG Home. DJ, thanks for sitting on the tailgate with us today.
Yeah.
We appreciate you taking the time to come out and talk to us. Can you tell us a little bit about what product development means as far as what you do?
Product development for EG Home is everything from the architecture to the energy efficiency design of the house. And the two go hand in hand really tightly because you can't just design a house and then think about your energy efficiency after the fact. It has to be right there, hand in hand, from the ground up. So as we're developing new plans and as we developed the product here, we knew they were going to be zero energy. So we had to put that design in from the very beginning.
Okay, so you're basically the architect of the zero energy product that we're offering here at the Bridges at Oxford Greens, which is a cutting edge technology for builders in the Northeast. Is that fair to say?
Yep, I'm a certified HERS rater, so I'm certified with the Department of Energy to design and model our energy efficiency. And I don't actually rate and model and test any of our homes. We use independent third-party inspectors for that. But doing that from the very beginning means that we can value engineer and make sure we meet our energy goals without having to go to the consultants in advance.
And when we talk about energy offset, the goal that we want to try to produce for each home, what is the energy offset goal for a home in the Bridges?
Every home here is designed to produce as much energy as it will use in a given year. So in the winter, you're going to consume more than you produce. And then in the summer, it's going to be the opposite. You're going to produce a lot more electricity and you're going to build up credits so that you can use them in the winter. So every house is going to have a different amount of solar panels depending on whether it's an end unit or a middle unit or whether it faces west or whether it faces south. And our solar designers and our HERS raters both get together to make sure that we're producing just as much energy as we use in a given year.
So each individual home is engineered specifically to its square footage, its orientation, the style of the home.
Yep, and it uses Department of Energy methodology, so we can't really play with the numbers. It has a set temperature for the thermostats and an amount of water usage based on the number of bedrooms. So there's no fudging with the numbers at all. It's all per the Department of Energy.
Okay. And are we designed to be approximately 100% offset in the Bridges?
Yeah, we actually design each home to be over 100% offset, just so we have a margin for error. Because the way that you model the home up front, there's always a little bit of differences in the testing at the end, and we want to design to have excess solar just in case.
Okay, so we're not guaranteeing that someone's going to have a zero bill at the end of the year. But it is an approximation based on how people live in their home, if they have EV cars that they're charging and things like that.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
We have EV plugs ready, but we don't account for that in the energy production. And we can't control if somebody opens up their windows in the winter and cranks their heat up, right? People live in different ways, but as best as you can, we are 100% offset.
Okay. And how do the panels hold up during the New England winters? How do they work and function?
Sure. On the simplest term, sun hits the panels, creates electricity. There's an inverter on every single panel. We use microinverters, which means that you don't have a single failure point. Some cheaper solar systems might use one big inverter for the entire system. We have an inverter with every single panel. So one of them could go down and all the other panels will still work, which is great. And the production of solar on an annual basis takes into account the snow and the rain and the clouds and everything like that. So for the most part, after a big snowstorm, the panels will warm up a little bit and the snow will slide off, and then you can keep creating power.
Okay. So theoretically, you can still be producing energy to sell back to the grid, even in the wintry months, even in the rainy, cloudy days. But it's averaged over 4 seasons or on an annual basis. Correct?
Yeah. In New England, you're going to have a lot more power production in the winter, and especially in the spring and fall, where you're not really using the heat a lot, you're not really using the air conditioning a lot, you're just generating a whole lot of electricity. Those are all credits that you're going to build up to use for the rest of the year.
Let me see what else I have on my list here. Oh, is there an app for homeowners to monitor their energy consumption and what they're able to return to the power grid.
Yeah, so all of our systems use Enphase inverters, and that's the app that you have. It's fantastic. It shows real-time production, daily, weekly, and monthly averages, and throughout the year, you could tell it what your cost of electricity is, and it'll convert that electricity production and consumption into dollars if you want, and it gives you a really great live look at what your production is. And if there's any issues with the system, it'll notify you.
Okay, so it's real-time feedback happening on a daily basis. You can see where you're at.
Or you can just set it and forget it. I have solar in my house, and honestly, I almost never look at it. I just know it's working, and I've never had a problem with the system, so there isn't really any reason to pull up the app. So it's up to you. If you want to be nerdy and look at it every single day, you can. If you want to ignore it, you can as well.
It might be fun just to look at it when you first get it.
Oh, yeah.
Just to see how this system works. Is it true we have 2 meters on each of the homes here in the Bridges to help monitor that consumption?
Yeah, so there's a solar production meter, which just tracks the solar, and then there's consumption of the house. And the two are averaged out. So every kilowatt hour of electricity you produce offsets the kilowatt hour of consumption. So they're just tracked on 2 separate meters. People say rolling the meter back.
Yeah.
That's just to describe net metering, but it's actually 2 separate meters, and then they just net the two together.
Okay. So you're just generally building credits up on what you're selling back. And then what you're using, you're drawing those credits away.
Yep.
Like a little bank account.
Yep.
Okay. And then a little energy account.
Yeah. And the reason we don't say there'll be $0 bills, right, is because you might have some bills in the winter.
Yep.
Eversource charges a monthly fee for having a meter. So just to be connected to the grid, there's a little bit of a fee. And those fees aren't able to be offset by the solar. So you'll still have small bills, but it's essentially close to zero.
Is there anything else that you want to add for the viewers' benefit of what's special about the product at Bridges regarding our solar?
I think the most important part is with regards to heat pumps and all the other advanced technologies that you put in, you don't necessarily have to understand it or believe it all. We have our third-party consultants to verify, to say that the home will be zero energy. And even if you think that heat pumps will be expensive to operate, it's okay because we put enough solar panels on the roof to offset that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so has it all turned out the way you've expected so far, where we're at with the Bridges and the solar system?
Yeah, I think so far so good. We really pre-planned the entire community and how many solar panels each unit would get. And it's worked out so far that we've been able to exceed 100% offset on every single unit.
And DJ, one more question. People always want to know, what do they do in the event of a power outage? What are their options here?
So solar panels automatically turn off when the grid is out of power. That's protect utility workers, because you don't want to electrify the lines when they think it's off. The exception to that is if you have batteries, then the solar panels can still work. But batteries are a false sense of comfort for extended power outages because they won't last days, right? And so we decided not to include or offer batteries because people have this misconception that it's proof against, that 5-day winter storm that, is once every 50 years where you lose power for a long period of time. The best solution, honestly, at this point, because of where battery technology is to just use a standby generator like you would for a regular home.
Okay.
The standby generator is going to be actually less expensive than it would be to have enough batteries to power yourself for an extended period of time. So you do stand-up propane tanks and a Generac standby generator.
Okay.
And it's essentially like no different than every other home in the community.
And that's something that they can add after closing that would tie in seamlessly to their home.
Yeah, you just add a transfer switch and it'll just transfer between the generator and the grid. Right.
And it's all done by DJ and his team at EG Home. So thanks for tuning in for another episode of Tailgate Talks, and we will see you soon with another one in a couple of weeks. Take care.
Thank you.